How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech. For the evening episode, I'm still getting used to this. This is still a weird thing for me, getting used to the Friday evening show. Trying to think of a good way to... Whoa, we didn't even do this. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, we got to start this over. See how weird it is for me for an evening show? I ain't even do it right. I didn't even do it right. Let's hold on. Whoa. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're good. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for this Friday, June 6th. We're already in June. Summer's in full swing already here. Oh, whoa. Why? I increased the bandwidth. It wouldn't be alive without the hiccup at the beginning. Oh boy, let's turn that off. Let's take this time to turn that off. Oh boy. Oh, he didn't make it out the other side. All right, I'm gonna very tentatively see what's going on. I think I may have done it. Okay, I think I'm good. I clearly could be wrong. I clearly could be wrong. I can hear you, Owen. My bad, you guys. I don't know what happened to the live stream. that was the craziest like congestion I had ever seen. Like I had to restart stuff just to get this going. So my apologies. My apologies. Oh, it's a little choppy. Is it better now? Is it still choppy? You guys let me know if it's choppy or not. We have so much to get through. I did not need the technical difficulties of the day. This was the craziest. Let me know how the sound is. Let me know if we're choppy or not, and we'll get started. My bad. This was a crazy one. I appreciate you for staying if you stayed. Thank you. All 8 of you. Oh, I'm good now. Okay. All right. So it seems like I'm okay. For the most part. So let's try this one more time. I'm scared to even do it, but let's try it. Okay. All right. Hey, how's it going? Glad you can make it. This is another episode of Rants About Tech Live for June 6th. As I said before the glitches happened, summer has rolled in already on us. I love summertime. Amy, not so much, but I love summertime. It's a good time of year. I'm glad you all could join me here today. I appreciate you being here. We had a rough start. So if you're still here, thank you again. You're appreciated. I would go so far as to say that you're greatly appreciated. Ed, thank you. And Mike, thank you. Who else we got up here? We got BM in the chat. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get the air horns going. I mean, we still got the intro music going, but there's still room for air horns. What's going on? We got BM in the house. We got Michael. We got Ed, of course. We got eInk. Who else we have in here? We got Owen. How's it going, Owen? Thanks for coming. We have I think CJ. What's going on, CJ? Thank you for showing up. I know it's a weird time for you, so I appreciate you being here. And who else we have here? Oh, Aaron. How's it going, Aaron? Thanks for being here. I think that's it. We got in the chat right now. That's all I know of in the chat talking right now. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for coming. We got a lot to get through, like I said, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. I want to jump right into the stories, but we gotta meander around a bit before we get to the tech and the eInk, right? So we gotta meander a little bit. I want to give a shout out to the crew, to the Discord crew and the crew that's in the chat right now. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being part of the crew. Thank you. I appreciate you. Discord gang, Orange gang, I appreciate you guys being here too. We're going to talk about a lot of the discussions that happened in Discord over the last week. So I took notes. I'm not as active in Discord as I used to be, but I took notes. I'm reading. I'm keeping up. So I took notes. We're going to talk about some of the topics. I think the Discord community... if you don't know who the Discord community is, you should know. Right down in the description, there is a link to get into the Discord. Definitely check it out. Powerful conversations are being had there. Help is being had there. Understanding is being had there. So if you want any of those things, or if you just want to continue the conversation that gets started on the live here today, you can go right into the Discord and join up there. They're awesome over there. Everyone in there is super helpful. So go and check them out. Low key, the best community in eInk on that Discord, 100%, 100%. Shout out to the members of the channel. Actually, let's individually shout out the members of the channel. We got Scott here as a member of the channel, so thank you for being a member of the channel. Dr. Ling, Aaron, who's also in the chat. We got Ernest. We got 82 Decker. We got Ed from Organize from Change. We got Dr. Nerdy Ninja, Tora Leaf, Tommy, Clarence, Yaslif. We have Mashup Mike, or Mr. Mike, as I like to call him. We got BM, Agent B in the chat or the Discord. We got eInk, we got Brian, we got Nazoni, we got Functional Doc. CJ, how's it going? He's in the chat as well. We got Amanda, we got Dan, we got Jason, Larry, Jay, not a professional, is also a member. Jack Betts, all Max, Katie, and Greg. Thank you all for being members of the channel. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks to the subscribers as well. Thanks to the viewership. If you're viewing this right now, just by happenstance, thank you. And the replay, thank you. I appreciate you as well. The likers. Matter of fact, we got 13 people in here. How about getting a like right off the rip? It was a rough start. I didn't really give you a reason to like right off the rip. I'm sorry. But please, a like right off the rip. Let's do it. 13 of them. Thanks to the people who just view. I like to call them they're the voyeurs. They just like to watch. I appreciate you guys too. And last but not least, thanks to all the first and last time watchers. The people who were like, hey, this guy's crap. We saw the beginning of the show. It was just static. I'm out. I'm never coming back. I appreciate you as well because you showed up for a little bit, and that means a lot. So I appreciate everyone there. And let's go on to some of the updates I want to get to before we get to the tech news. I'm meandering, like I said before. Price changes on the website. So prices went up on the website by $10, and that's because the supplies that I get from Ratta went up $10. I mean, it was $5 initially. I absorbed that $5 for like a whole 3 months. Then they raised it another $5. So my apologies, you guys, but they're crazy. They're bringing the prices up crazy high for that. And I'm just saying, I'm just keeping up. So I apologize about the price changes on the website, but prices did go up just a little bit on the website, just to throw that out there and just to say why that happened. Prices just went up for me, essentially. What else we have here? Real quick. Some things I'm very interested in, and things I'm going to check out right after this live right here is the NCAA Softball World Series. If you guys, hold on, let me see if I can get this up here. If you guys don't watch softball or don't like baseball, I get it. I understand. I wasn't a fan either until I was made to sit down and watch, and now I'm a big time fan. It's a different vibe, and the excitement is palpable. I mean, they really do a good job with the NCAA softball tournament, and which is going on right now. I think game 2 is going on right now, or not right now, but tonight after the live stream, game 2 will be going on. It's a very exciting game. 2 really good pitchers are going to be on the mound. I think Kennedy, not Kennedy. That's her last name. What's her name? I forgot her name. She just got $1 million contract in college for softball, and I think they're starting a league as well. So all these women will have opportunities outside of college softball when they get out of school, which is, I think, the most awesome part about all of this. But women's sports on the rise, viewership is going up, and I'm one of those people. So definitely support women's sports. Definitely check out the NCAA tournament tonight. I'm gonna get this young lady's name actually. Kennedy. There we go. Oh, can I put this up here? Here we go. Najee Kennedy. And she's playing against I'm going to say this right now. She's playing against a young lady who I think is even better than her. Najee's probably the better athlete. I'm going to give her that. She's probably the better athlete. But this young lady right here, Texas I don't know the young lady's name. Texas NCAA. And it's not. Oh, it's softball. I don't know her name. I can't get her up here. Whoever the young lady's name is pitching for Texas tonight. I think she's even better. I can't believe I can't pull up her name real quick. Oh, here we go. Tegan. There she go. Tegan. Tegan. Kavan. Whatever her name is. I honestly think she's a better pitcher. I honestly. Oh, whoa. I'm echoing. My bad, you guys. Let me find out where the echo's coming from. Oh, my bad, you guys. Is it echoing now? Am I frozen or echoing now? My bad, you guys, about the echo. I don't even know why I had the OS 10 thing open there. Oh, my bad. Is it still echoing right now? It shouldn't be. If it is. Oh, thanks. Okay. All right. So echo's fixed. So yeah, I was recording a tutorial the other night. My bad, you guys. My bad. I was recording a tutorial the other night, and I had to have my OS 10 audio coming through as well. But yeah, I don't need that now. All right. So my bad. So on to what I was saying. So tonight is game 2 of the NCAA tournament, softball tournament, World Series, and it's against Texas and Texas Tech. The biggest name is Najee Kennedy. Like, she's the biggest name in women's, like, in softball, NCAA softball. But I honestly think this young lady right here, Tegan Cavan, is the better pitcher. Like, follow through is uncommon in NCAA softball. Her delivery is so good. It rivals. I think pitchers are their motion pitchers, like baseball pitchers. Their motion is beautiful. I just think their wind up and delivery is just beautiful. When it's done right and it's done effectively. Like, they're getting strikeouts and they're really effective with their delivery and it looks good. I think it's a thing of beauty. I'm gonna be honest here. I like the sport. It's very exciting. There's something for everybody, but I don't find pitcher delivery in softball beautiful. I didn't until I saw this young lady. Her delivery is beautiful. She has really good follow through. She's got good lean with her throw. I can't even explain it. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, if you guys want to see some of the excitement, I mean, just a bit of excitement. The other night, the best pitcher in the NCAA tournament, Najee Kennedy, had to walk a young lady. Like, Najee, can I bring her up real quick? Oh, I can't. There we go. This young lady right here had to walk. She's the best pitcher in NCAA softball. She had to walk one of the best hitters, historical hitters in NCAA tournament. She had to walk the young lady. So, you know how an intentional walk goes in baseball, right? Typically, the catcher steps up way outside the batter's box. So there's no question as to what's happening right here. The pitcher is going to throw to the catcher who's nowhere near the batter. So they're going to intentionally walk this person because they're scared of what he can do with his bat. Najee Kennedy had to walk one of the best hitters in NCAA tournament history. So she decided to intentionally walk her because she didn't want to face her. It was the end of the game. She's like, okay, I don't want this young lady to hurt me. I'll intentionally walk her. Or the coach picked it, whoever. So she goes to intentionally walk the girl. She throws the ball. The catcher doesn't set up far enough outside the batter's box. She throws the ball to the catcher, but it's close enough to the batter. She hits it, gets a hit. I think she drives in a run or two. They win the game. Excitement. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. A batter go after an intentional walk pitch because she thought, okay, if it gets close, I can hit it. Anyway, excitement. I'd never seen that before. Base runner stealing third. The coach for Texas Tech, awesome. Anyway, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. I've been thoroughly entertained by the whole tournament since I've been watching it for the last week or so. And anyway, if you want some excitement, check out the NCAA softball tournament tonight. I think it's at 8:30 or so. Or whenever we get done with the live. Don't leave the live to go see it. Stay here for the live and then check out the NCAA tournament. It'll be there. It's going to be I hope it's going to be Najee Kennedy pitching along with this young lady, Tegan Cavan, because I honestly believe Tegan's a better pitcher. I honestly believe that. The delivery is on point. I love it. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Oh, snap. We got we got super thanks in here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks. We got Aaron and Jay. Thank you guys. Let's get the air horns going and the applause. We got to get the air horns and the applause going. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for that. And thank you for being here after my NCAA tournament softball rant, because I really think it's important. I really think they're doing great work out there, and they're getting the recognition they deserve because they're getting their own league, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Anyway, moving on. What else we got here? Things I'm excited about. Predator, Killer of Killers. I'm a big Predator fan. Alien versus Predator. I don't know. I'm a big Predator fan. I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping it's good, but I don't have any reason to believe that it's going to be. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm checking that out. I think that's it. Lilo and Stitch the movie. When I first heard that, I thought it was the cartoon coming back to the theater. But it's a movie, so I do want to see that. Has anybody seen that? If you've seen it, throw it in the chat. Let me know what you thought of it. It may influence my decision to go see it or not go see it. I'm a big Lilo and Stitch fan. I bought multiple copies on Blu-ray. I mean, digital copies, the whole 9 yards. It was just great. It was just great. I'll be the first to reply to a super chat. Okay, all right. Thanks, Jay. I had to spell the best with a B. You're the best. Oh, wow. People were watching this at my favorite bar last night, Jay says. And let me tell you, Texas fans get invested. Oh, yes. I'm telling you, man. It was such a good game. Like, the first game was good when the intentional walk mishap happened. The second game was really good, too. It's just tons of excitement. Really good, just good hitters on there, too. So, yeah, both lineups have really good players. I'm excited to see the game tonight. What else we got here? Oh yeah. All right, so transitioning on to some actual tech news. All right, so the first thing we got up here for tech news is going to be Jony Ive partners with OpenAI. I'm not sure if you guys know about this, I've heard about this, but Jony Ive is one of the biggest names in Apple design. He's behind the iPhone, he's behind the iMac. He's behind a lot of the iconic Apple designs in the last 2 decades. So he's partnering with OpenAI. And I'm just wondering, what does that look like? What are they doing? What are they bringing to the table? What form factor? Now, I have on the Meta Ray-Bans right now. As you guys know, I love the Meta Ray-Bans. I think they're an indispensable part for me living my outdoors life. Indoors, not so much, but outdoors, very indispensable. In my mind, if they're building the next big thing, it's got to be eyewear. In my mind, something along those lines. It's got to be eyewear of some kind. What do you guys think? What kind of thing would Jony Ive come up with OpenAI? I'm thinking AI-driven glasses, just like the Metas here are AI-driven glasses. And who does AI better than OpenAI, arguably right now? You know what I mean? With the building, with the deals that they're making, and who does design better than Jony Ive? I'd argue no one, especially if we're talking about industrial design. Let's go to the chat real quick. Ed says, Jay True, fast pitch softball is amazing. What did Jay say? Ed says, dude, I can tell you never watched a lot of baseball or softball. A hit off an intentional walk is a challenge. Dude, it is a challenge. No, I played baseball in high school and college. What I'm saying is I've never seen a batter go after an intentional walk being thrown. I haven't seen that watching baseball. And I've never seen that playing baseball. It was very, I liked it. It was super exciting to see somebody take a swing at an intentional walk ball. I don't know. Very interesting. Also, if anyone is laboring under the delusion that softball is actually softball, they are not. True. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not. Like my idea of softball was blown away when I saw these young ladies play, because I don't think I'd ever sat and watched a softball game before. if hitting intentional walk balls and softballs a thing, there's a reason I wouldn't know that, because I definitely have not watched a lot of softball. Absolutely not. In the majors, they used to do it. The power hitters hate to get walked intentionally. I've never seen that. And I've been around baseball a long time. I have never seen that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's news to me, brother. That is definitely news to me. Thank you. Yeah, so I didn't know that was a thing, but I was thoroughly entertained by watching it. It tickled me for like the whole night. I loved it. What else we got here? Tariffs on cell phones. So that's a thing that took place, but this whole tariff thing is so crazy. So there's been talk about cell phones on tariff. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that story might look like here. It's weird because there's been a lot of tariff talk lately. What we know about the cell phone ban or attacks. The weird thing about that is, you know what? Let's go ahead and, because there's a lot of tariff news that I want to talk about, because it affects obviously every piece of tech that we buy, from the microchips to the memory to all kinds of other stuff, to the screens. But then I got to a story that I read that talked about how it was illegal, the tariff wars that were being waged. So let's look into that real quick, and then we can go on with the rest, because I think that might negate a whole bunch of other tariff news. Yeah, I definitely think that might negate a whole bunch of other tariff news. Actually, you know, since I have this queued up here, so this is the story I was going to talk about, where there's a bunch of cell phone taxes going on, or that are going to happen. But this was published on May 24th. Still relevant news, but like I said, there was a ruling that came down, and let's see if we can find that. Actually, there was a ruling that came down. That ruled that a lot of the tariffs were illegal. And it's weird because, and this is why I didn't really believe the story, because I thought, I didn't really. Oh wow. Okay, let's get rid of these. But how? Oh, my ad blocker is not even on there. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the thing. A trade court ruled Trump exceeded authority under an Emergency Powers Act, which is the act that the president was using to levy all the tariffs and the taxes and the what are they called, the duties. So that's the act that was being used to levy all of these tariffs, and a trade court ruled that those exceeded the authority of that his actions with tariffs, meaning the president's actions with tariffs exceeded that act's authority. The courts ordered plaintiffs to respond by June 5th. The administration by June 9th. So basically, the courts wanted the administration to reply by June 9th. After the decision was made, it was supposed to go into effect immediately. Now, this whole thing confused me, because I thought, well, I don't know if the story is real, because the tariffs are still in place, and if the court ruled that tariffs should change immediately, and they haven't changed, I'm thinking, how valid is that, right? But that doesn't matter. So it is valid. The court did rule against it. They wanted the tariffs to change immediately, because the ruling took place, or the ruling took place immediately. So therefore, the tariffs should have changed immediately, but that wasn't the case. And that didn't happen because the administration just didn't change the tariffs. Now, what was supposed to happen is the tariffs were supposed to change immediately. The administration was supposed to put in an appeal to appeal the court's rulings, and then after the appeal, you can put the taxes back into place or the tariffs back into place, and that would be that. Now, I think that the problem comes in where the administration was just like, listen, we don't care what the court ruled. We're keeping the tariffs in place, and we'll also appeal. So that became the thing. But from what I can understand right now, it's in the court or in the hands of the administration whether they want to change the tariffs or not, and I don't think that they are. So again, the story is real. It did happen. A court did rule against the tariffs. They should have changed immediately, but nothing changed. So I question I question the authority of this court, and the validity of the court, seeing as how nothing changed after a ruling from said court. But yeah, so I wanted to say that this story negates all the other tariff talk, but it really doesn't. It just adds more questions to the tariff talk. But yeah, so that happened though. So a court ruling that almost meant nothing. So yeah, there we go. What else do we have here? And I'm not going to talk about any more tariff stuff until this gets resolved, because I guess any tariff news that comes out, if this court decides to hold up their ruling, all tariff talk would be null and void at that point. So it's almost senseless to have tariff talks. Well, from my standpoint, talking to an audience about tariffs when this court ruling is looming and no one knows whether they're actually going to enforce it or not. So, but I'll keep you updated on that. No more pennies are being produced. So let's go ahead and talk about this. No more pennies being produced. The Treasury will stop minting them. So, what does this mean? Pennies cost 4 cents to produce. Did you guys know that? 4 cents to produce a 1 cent penny? We should have cut these pennies out a long time ago. These pennies should have gotten axed a long time ago. Actually, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this story, let's go into the chat. Whoa. What we got here? Oh yeah, judges shot down basically all of it because that's not how tariffs are supposed to be applied. Exactly. They did shoot it down, but doesn't mean anything, Jay. I mean, they're not upholding the ruling. Like I said, the validity of that court comes into question if they don't uphold their own rulings. But how would they uphold them? That comes into question. Then it gets all political after that. But let me know what you think. All right, back into the pennies conversation. So pennies cost 4 cents to make. This is a tech story in the sense that digital wallets, we should be doing this already. Why are we even carrying around change? There's some countries that don't even use coins anymore. Like there's certain other countries who got rid of the penny and the nickel a long time ago. So we're just getting around to the penny. This doesn't mean the penny is going anywhere. It's going to stick around for a little while longer. Well, while supplies last, if it were. They're not making anymore. But as long as the pennies remain in circulation, as long as you got those pennies in your sock drawer, as long as those pennies remain in your couch under that third cushion, as long as you can't reach that penny that fell between your car and the console or car seat and the console, yeah, them pennies. Until those pennies those levels of pennies go low, we're gonna still see pennies. Now, when levels of pennies start to get low, retailers will have the authority to start rounding prices. I don't know what exactly that means, whether we're rounding up or down. They didn't say, but prices will be rounded, and eventually we'll be done with pennies. They did say dimes were way more profitable though, which begs the question: where are nickels in this whole hierarchy of profitability? We were losing money on the penny. It says here that we're going to save $56 million a year. $56 million a year from getting rid of pennies. That's a heck of a cost savings. That's a heck of a cost savings. Woo, 19. Oh, and since we got 19 people in here, check it. If you guys want to continue any of the conversations you hear here in the chat today, or in the here in the live stream today, join us on the Discord. The Discord link is in the description. Check that link, get into the Discord, continue the conversation. There are people there that are awesome. They're in the chat right now too. $56 million a year saved on pennies. Awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Dimes are still way more profitable. We got to that. Yeah, so pennies are going away. Pennies are going away. R-rated Star Wars. Do we want R-rated Star Wars? I don't know if we want R-rated Star Wars. Do we, chat? We may find out one day. Ryan Reynolds has pitched an R-rated Star Wars. But what would that look like? Do we want an R-rated Star Wars, chat? Now, listen, I will say yes. Based on how I felt about Andor, I'm going to say, yes, we want an R-rated Star Wars. I want an R-rated Star Wars. I felt Andor because it was, the content seemed to be more mature, even though it wasn't R-rated. A tad bit darker than normal, moodier, more realistic. Listen, I liked it. Andor set a new bar. A new watermark for my Star Wars stories. Okay, everything has to live up to that. I told Ed Ed blasted me for saying this, but I went back and watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. It doesn't live up to the standard that Andor has set. Not everything else, but that one fell below it. It fell far below. And it does depend on the audience, eInk. Absolutely depends on the audience. Absolutely no R-rated Star Wars. Oh, Ed, I knew Ed was going to say that. I knew Ed was going to be anti-R-rated Star Wars. It could be good. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds is the person to do that, though. And this is why I'm going to say that. Ryan Reynolds is the same dude that had his I don't know how old his daughter was at the time when she was in that latest Deadpool movie. And that line she said in that movie, oh, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out. I'm not even going to bring it up here. If that's his version of R-rated, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But a R-rated version could be good, I think. It could add for just a little bit of moodiness that the franchise might need. Oh, still going through Andor, so no spoilers. Oh my goodness, Ed, how you liking it so far? It's such a good story. The writer who did the House of Cards wrote most of the episodes in the second season. So it gets super political, but it's super good. It's so good. I love espionage. It's so good. I'm all about R-rated movies, but they have their place. Agreed, Ed. Agreed. And that's why I said it depends on what kind of R-rated we're talking about. If we're talking about Ryan Reynolds' version of R-rated, no. But I do think there is a version of R-rated that could work for Star Wars. We'll see. What else we got here? Oh boy. Oh, there we go. All right, so we got Arduino hardware used in Project Spiderweb. Listen, this tickled me pink when I saw this. All right, so if you guys don't know what Project Art, or if you don't know what Arduino is, let's talk about that first. Let's talk about Arduino if you don't know what Arduino is. Arduino is like Raspberry Pi. All right, if you don't know what Raspberry Pi is, let's check out Raspberry Pi. Okay. All right, and this is Raspberry Pi. There's similar things, but let's talk about Arduino. Raspberry Pi is probably the most well-known one. It's just a little board with a chip on it. This little board right there, you can run a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse. You could add on other stuff to it, like sensors. It's something to build on. It's a module that you can build into other parts. Okay. And it's very small. It's the size of a credit card. It might even be smaller than that now. The last one I owned was the size of a credit card, and that was 5 years ago. So they've probably gotten smaller now. If not, they're the size of a credit card, which is still pretty good for basically a motherboard. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Arduino. Now, my brother would love this story because he's a big Arduino fan. He's got a few of these. He does a lot of coding projects. And he teaches a lot of coding programs, and obviously he's a coder himself, but he likes to build stuff. robots and things like that too. So he gets heavy into the Arduino, which is why I even know about the Arduino. I was just a Raspberry Pi guy. I was a simple dirt road Raspberry Pi guy. And then he introduced me to the high-tech world of Arduino. Now, this was, oh boy. So Project Spiderweb. Oh, no. And maybe it's not. Maybe do I have the name? There we go. Spiderwebs. All right. So Operation Spiderwebs, a large-scale coordinated drone attack launched by Ukraine against Russia-based Russian air bases deep inside Russia on June 1st. The operation targeted strategic bomber fleets, causing significant damage and losses for Russia. The name Spider's Web reflects the operation's wide geographical coverage, with attacks occurring across multiple time zones and remote locations. Now, this was one of the most sophisticated attacks that they've ever had. Now, this is technology driven, right? So we're talking about the Arduino here, not essentially the attack, but the technology used. They used what my brother uses to build robots and teach robotics to kids in schools to pilot drones and to do an attack. Arduino. They used Arduino hardware to remotely pilot some of the drones. I was like, what? Now, what they did with it, I don't care about. The fact that somebody used a beloved Arduino kit, I mean, for nefarious purposes, but I mean, we'll put that aside for now. It's being used, and now Arduino is getting talked about on the national news. Now little kids around the globe are going to know about Arduino, not for the right purposes, but at least it's on the map and it's on the brains. Like, Arduino, what is that? Oh, wow, it can do that? Oh, really? It's probably going to do other things. It can. It's small, but it's mighty. So if you haven't dug into the world of Arduino and Raspberry Pi, oh boy. So if you haven't dug into the world of Arduino, oh God. Where's the picture? There we go. Arduino and Raspberry Pi. This is, it's the world of small motherboards that you can build and add on to around things to make really complicated things, apparently. I thought that was super interesting when I heard that Arduino was being used in that way, and a technology that, like I said, I heard about because kids were using it to learn robotic programming. Interesting. Let's go to the chat real quick. We just hit 20. Oh, we had 20 watches and I didn't plug the Discord. Oh, I should have been paying attention. It's slow, but I see it coming together. It's hard to get anyone to let me watch it. No doubt. I feel you. All right, movie time without the Jedi. Have a good rest of the lives. Sending good non-glitch vibes. No doubt, Ed. Thank you. I appreciate you. Good night, brother. All right, what else we got here? We got rid of the R-rated Star Wars there. Anthropic. We won't do Anthropic today. I gotta get more news on that. Anthropic's chatbot went ham. I mean, they pretty much took all of the safeguards off of it, and fed it ridiculous prompts. But they got it to go ham, and it went ham. We'll talk more about it because I got to read more about the story. But man, talk about AI going crazy. Microsoft requiring PC makers to adhere to USB-C standards. That sounds like a good story. Let's check out that real quick. So Microsoft has been requiring people who are applying for their what is it called? Windows compatibility program. So Microsoft is requiring people who are applying to their compatibility program to adhere to a certain amount of standards when they're using USB-C ports. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. This should be interesting because USB-C, the standard, doesn't have any standards, I guess. They don't require, there's no requirements to use their standard. You can just use it. They don't have like data transfer speed requirements, charging requirements, or anything like that. Microsoft, though, is trying to put some of these requirements in. And I love that. I love that because I would like to see some compatibility and just some interoperability between cables. Because you grab a USB-C cable, you don't know what you're going to get as far as power, speed, any of that. Because there are no standards. It's such a wide array of things. And this is basically done in an effort to like end the what I just said, like the confusion around USB-C. What cable works with what does it do? What speeds does it have? There's going to be a baseline when you pick up a USB-C cable if it's a product that's got the certification of what is it called again? The Windows compatibility certification. And I'm thinking, if you want the certification, yeah, you would have to do this. But I'm thinking, what beyond USB-C compatibility would force you to want to get Microsoft compatibility certified, right? I mean, for major companies, that may not be a thing, but for smaller companies, like this may not mean anything. And in that case, we may still see a flood of USB-C cables that you don't know what they do. Let's go take a look at it. So this is what the post from Microsoft reads: ending USB-C port confusion. Windows 11 delivers consistent performance across every port, and that's basically what they're trying to do. Set a standard for what your ports do, not just the cables that you're using, but the actual hardware that's delivering that power or delivering the transfer speeds. So think of a non-Microsoft labeled or branded laptop. Like say if Asus wanted to make a Microsoft laptop, their USB-C ports would have to live up to a certain standard. And any accessories with the cables, like I just said, would have to live up to that standard as well. But yeah, so I think that's great. What standards do we have? So what we have here is speeds of 5 gigabits transfer speeds or better. It has to output some form of display, which is one of the things that I noticed with the Note Air 4C is that the Note Air 4C's USB-C port is also DisplayPort enabled. Now, whether that works with DisplayPorts, I've never been able to test that because I don't have a DisplayPort enabled display. But if you're watching this and you have one and you have a Note Air 4C, do the testing. Leave it in the comments. I definitely would not mind knowing that. What else we have here? Includes charging. They didn't say what speed charging, what the wattage or voltage was at for that, but it has to include some form of charging. So I think some kind of baseline is always good to have. What else we got here? We have the EU Digital Marketing Act influences Windows. I mean, let's talk about it. All right, so the EU, if you don't know, enforces a lot of stuff. So let's go to the chat real quick before I go in on that. Greetings from Turkey. Oh, snap, pseudo build. How's it going? I appreciate you coming. Oh yeah, Claude has been my buddy, but in 4.0, he kind of lost his mind a little. Wow. Yeah, listen, they check out the story if you like. I'm not going to cover it here today, but check it out if you like. It's a story on Anthropic's AI board, I think they called it. AI scoreboard. Wild stuff what the AI was doing. Super wild stuff. All right. Digital Marketing Act influences Windows. So I didn't have a graphic for this. Let's go ahead and pull it up here. So basically, the EU cares about its citizens. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you live in the EU, big up to you. Your government cares. They care. Not only do they care about what you're eating, because they care about people putting additives into your food coloring, food dyes, additives that cause cancer. They monitor that stuff in the EU. They care. In America, they're like, oh, is it cheaper? Then it killed only 10 people? 10,000 people. Oh. Call me when it kills 10 million people. Then we'll care. That's the U.S.'s stance on stuff. The EU is like, oh, one person died? Could you investigate that? They don't care. One person. They want to investigate it. That's the way it is. Anyway, the EU is where most of a lot of things change, even for tech companies, not just food companies, but tech companies. Apple, if you're an iPhone user right now and you have USB-C on your phone, you can thank the EU. You're welcome. You can thank the EU for that. They were like, listen, we will not allow you to sell iPhones over here anymore if you don't get your act together and use a connection standard that's a standard, not your proprietary mess that creates all this e-waste we have laying around, 10,000 broken, and you can guarantee that they were like, what is that called? Planned obsolescence. You know the obsolescence was planned for those Apple cables. Any cable you got with an iPhone is planned to last you approximately 90 days. And then you have to buy another one because of the fraying. Anyway, if you have USB-C now, you can thank the EU for your iPhones having USB-C. Also, added to the list of the things you can thank the EU for is Microsoft no longer suggesting Edge as a default. Let's get to that. Let's talk about that. All right, here we go. So this is basically about Microsoft complying with the Digital Markets Act, and this is the act. Like I said, this is the EU related act, the European Union. I mean, they get it right over there. I'm not gonna lie, they get it right. Anyway, they have to be in compliance with a lot of things for this to go off, right? There's a few things I wrote them down from this list that we're going to talk about. So, no longer suggest Edge as a default. So, you know how on Windows, Edge is the default. If it's not the default, it suggests Edge relentlessly over time, ceaselessly, until you change it. Not the case in the EU. You can uninstall Edge and the Microsoft Store on Windows in the EU. You can't do that here. You have to suffer through looking at the Edge icon all the time. You could hide it, but who wants to go through the trouble? Who wants to go through the trouble? EU markets, or no. You can pick a third-party search engine. And you can pick whatever search engine you want over there. You don't have to pick from Google or whoever Microsoft has a partnership with for their search engine. I think that's awesome. You know what this is going to do? This is going to force Microsoft to make these things standard across the rest of the globe. Eugene says, I can't uninstall it in the EU. Which, Microsoft Edge or the store? I don't have a time frame here. Let's take a look and see if we got a time frame. As we can see here, it says, let's blow it up here. Users can uninstall Edge and Bing web search functionality using standard Windows uninstall practices. So you should be able to uninstall. Now they don't have a time frame here. That's the thing. I didn't read a time frame that they had to comply with this by. I assumed that it meant effective immediately. I could be wrong about that, Eugene. Thanks for that tidbit. Okay. That's interesting. Well, like I said, the assumption was that this was supposed to take effect immediately. Yeah, but this story didn't. Actually, I heard about an update about this story. This is this original story that I read, but there was an update to this recently, and I assume that's because it was taking place. So this should be taking place now. I would love to keep up with you, Eugene, and let me know. You should join next week. You should come next week. Let me know if you still can't uninstall. I would love to look into that. That would be an awesome story to do. I would love to look into that. All right. But I think if they do implement this, as we can see here, they're supposed to be implementing it. They're supposed to be complying. This was March 2024. March 2024. Like I said, a new story came out last week about this. So an update to that happened as far as their compliance with it. They're supposed to be fully complied. I want to fully keep up with that, Eugene. Thank you. Oh, what else we have here? I want to say add stylize to dictionary. We'll talk more about that in a second because that's going to be interesting. 3D printed skin. I thought did in this. Let's take a look at something. Now, I'm a big 3D printer. I've been learning a lot about 3D printing a lot lately, and the resin 3D printing is one of those things that I'm having a hard time with, but it's worth the payoff. I mean, the payoff is worth the time that it takes. That's what I keep telling myself. The payoff is going to be worth it, and I really do believe that. So I'm putting time in trying to learn how to resin 3D print. I think I'm a pro at filament printing. I think I've probed that out already. I'm not an expert. I think I'm just pro level at that right now. But I thought it was cool that there was a company who's using 3D printed loosely when they say this. They're bioprinting skin. It's more like a spray. It's more like a spray on than anything, but they're calling it 3D printing. It makes for a good headline. I'm not gonna lie. Let's check this out real quick. Where is it at? There we go. Oh, turn off ad blocker. Oh man, this ad blocker is getting me in trouble. I gotta tune my ad blocker. All right, here we go. So I want to get a good picture of this technology.
Rebecca Torbury's first ride on a go-kart left her seriously burnt.
We tried just doing dressing, but
can we see this?
Should have, and that's when they discussed getting the skin graft.
Agreeing to be the first patient in the world to receive 3D printed skin to repair her graft site.
I didn't have any pain really. It was more like a 1 out of 10. I feel like the wound actually healed quite well.
So that's what it looks like there. And so basically, now I had a video showing the application with a spray. I'm gonna try to find that. But in the meantime, let's talk about this. So it's applied by like a spray method. So it's like a spray-on bandage, only it's using actual cells. So like it's basically grafting skin on with spray, and they're calling it 3D printing. Which, like I said, they're using 3D printing really loosely, in my opinion, on this technology. Let's find a better picture of that. Oh, they don't show the spray. Oh, all right. So my bad, you guys. I thought I bookmarked the spray video. I did not bookmark the spray video. I'll be doing so many deep dives on the internet to surface level videos. Surface level looking doesn't find it. It doesn't find it. Oh, no. Oh, my bad, you guys. I had a really good video. Showing the spray-on skin graft process, but that didn't take in my bookmark, so my bad. But rest assured that there is a 3D printing technique that they're using for skin. They're using it as a skin graft technique right now. It's more of a spray-on, like I said, than anything else, and it's still early. It's still early. They're only using it for really small patches on the body, from what I can understand. Whoever this. Oh man, let's go to the chat real quick. What would be really fun if this Eugene were the same one in charge of the Mastodon project. He's like, I only know one Eugene. Eugene, if that's you, let us know. Mr. Mike says, I'm here. Thanks, Mr. Mike. I appreciate you being here. Mike joins, Echo starts on Rod's YouTube playback, and 7 viewers leave. Coincidence? Oh, what? Echo? No. There was an echo? Oh, with the video? Oh, no, I hope not. Sabotaged by the Beastie Boys. I like the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys are awesome. The Beastie Boys are super awesome. All right, what else we got here? Meta to build military headset. I'm going to talk about that another time, too. I didn't get a chance to look into that story like I really wanted to, so I'm going to have to look into that. But I thought that was super interesting to hear. Oh, my goodness. North Korea infiltrating the U.S. job market. Laptop farm scams. Did you guys hear about this? Did you guys hear about the laptop the laptop farm scams? Laptop farm scams. I was listening to an NPR podcast talking about laptop farm scams and how there was this lady. Oh, they didn't even have it. Oh, farm. All right, here we go. I thought this was super interesting. All right, North Korea's laptop farm scam, something we'd never seen before. Officials uncover how North Korea operatives use stolen identities and remote control tech to infiltrate American companies and steal corporate data. So apparently what was happening is BTS rules exactly as much as Penstar. Oh, wow. I don't know why, but that sounds like a dig. That sounds like a shot, Jay. It sounds like you're taking shots at Penstar. Jung Kook is the next Michael Jackson. What the hell is that? If I plant a laptop, I get a laptop tree? No. Oh, you have no idea about the laptop farms? Well, let me tell you. So apparently what was happening with these laptop farms is that North Korean operatives were reaching out to Americans who were down on their luck through social media, essentially. A lot of this happened through TikTok. So they were reaching out to people who were down on their luck, and they knew this from how they were posting on TikTok. And so from that, they started reaching out to some of these people and saying, hey, I can offer you a job if you just, I'm going to send you some laptops. If you just hook the laptops up for me, and we'll run our programs remotely. We just need to be, to run on American servers. Then we'll pay you for doing that. So now there's a lot that has to happen for you to get computers in the mail, hook them up to your network. All of that stuff. Like, you gotta have thought something was weird about it, right? Especially coming from foreign nationals, right? Now, this lady knew something was wrong. I don't know the lady's name. Plus, I wouldn't want to put her name out there anyway, I guess. The young lady who they caught doing this was doing all kinds of stuff. So she was setting computers up. She was networking the computers. She was accepting job interviews, remote job interviews, hooking them up to the computer. She would handle in-person interviews for people who couldn't obviously make it to the interview because they were in Korea. it was an elaborate scheme. Like I guess elaborate scheme, yeah, but the lady had to know something was wrong, and she said as much. I guess looking at the court reports is that she said multiple times, like, is this legal? Like, if you have to say more than once, is this legal to your employer? It's probably not legal. I mean, it's probably not legal in that case. But anyway, so anyway, they were getting jobs at Fortune 500 companies, a lot of tech companies as well. So they had like people who were working for these companies who thought they were hiring American citizens living in the U.S. when they were essentially hiring remote workers from North Korea who just had remote stations set up in the U.S. It was very weird. So I guess the motivation behind this was to get money into the economy. Is this live stream legal? No, it's not. It's if you have to ask that question, that was the weird thing. But anyway, so I guess the point of this whole thing was to get money into the Korean, the North Korean economy, and probably do some espionage too. I mean, I that's the first thing I thought was these are all spies. But apparently a lot of them were just trying to get money into the economy. But to what end? Who was paying to get money into the economy? I don't know. To me, it's all espionage, but that's just my critical mind at work. But anyway, I thought that was super interesting as far as remote workers go. Like in this remote worker economy, things like this are possible. I just thought that was super interesting. All right, so moving on. And it involves laptops. When you get a laptop farm, and I had never heard of a laptop farm. A server farm? Yes. A laptop farm? No. All right, what else we got here? Samsung Edge ain't slim, but we're not gonna go into that. I just wanted to take that and make a hot take. The Samsung Edge is not slim. I mean, people say, you know what? Let's look at it. Samsung Edge. I mean, they talked about this phone to no end. Oh, it's so slim. Dude, a phone has never been so slim. A phone has never been. This is as slim as phones get. No, it's not. This phone is average slimness to me. I don't understand. Am I wrong here? Am I wrong in the average thinness of this thing? Let me know, chat. I could be wrong. Let me know. Is it really thin? And I'm just like, not seeing it or something. But the Edge, I mean, we can look at some other pictures. We'll just look at some images. Can we just do images? Yeah. Yeah, this phone is not. Someone needs to do a side by side for me. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, that's not the Edge though. Is it? A Samsung's thin Galaxy 25 Edge is thicker than a 9-year-old. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Thank you, How to Geek. Thank you. It's not slim. It's not slim at all. I'm like, why are we making a big deal out of the Samsung Edge being slim? Like, slim compared to what? A sheet of paper? I'm sorry. That was going the other way. Oh my God. I just ruined that whole bit. Let's try it again. Slimmer than what? A book? I mean, come on. It's not slim. It's not slim. Anyway, I just want to go on record as saying that. What else we got here? I think that's it. You know what? There's one more non-eInk thing I want to talk about. Rick Ashley. Rick Ashley. Hold on. Oh, what happened? Rick Ashley, 1 billion streams. 1 billion streams on Spotify. Congrats, my dude. Congrats. You're the best. And if you don't know why this is infamous for the internet age, it's just, the Rick roll. You know what I'm saying? Should we do it? Chat, should we do it? Should we do the Rick roll just because of the million? You know what? We're getting copyright strikes. I don't care. Oh boy. It's time to get Hold on. Hold on. Oh boy. Chat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that Rick Road. I couldn't play much more than that. I might be able to salvage my copyright strike. I might be able to with just playing that little snippet. Okay, all right, that was it. That was the last thing. Non-eInk. I just wanted to talk about. All right. All right. Now we're gonna talk about some eInk topics. Now these are all topics taken from the Discord. So this next segment is all topics taken from the Discord. I should probably call this segment all topics taken from the Discord. So let's talk about the topics taken from the Discord real quick. What do we got here? Ooh, let's do it. Let me get nice and comfy over here, talking about the topics from the Discord. Parmesan. Oh man. Yeah, he did his thing back in the day. But he just hit 1 billion streams on Spotify with that jam. The internet age, you guys, the internet age. That's us. That's us. All right, what do we got here? So first thing I want to talk about is the viability of the Boox Go 7, Boox Go Color 7 Gen 2 as a note taker. Now, there was a lot of conversation in the Discord. Again, if you guys haven't been in the Discord and you like talking about eInk or tech in general, check out the link in the description for the Discord. You can get into the Discord and join a lot of these lovely people who are in the chat right now, talking about eInk, talking about tech, talking about 3D printing. I mean, we're talking about Boox coffee makers, apparently, which is probably going to be a thing soon. But yeah, anyway, check it out. It's definitely a good time. So these are all topics taken from the Discord. So is the Boox Go 7 a better note taker than the Go Color 7, or is the Go Color 7 a better note taker than the Boox than the Go 7? Is one better than the other, or are they both similar in their writing? And that was a lot of the conversation going on in the Discord over the last week. Big conversations with Ed. Like Ed's big opinionated about that particular topic. I wish Ed was here for this. Dan from Tablet Tech also. He made a good video, actually. A video review on this that I thought was really interesting. So check that out if you want to get some insight on what he thought about the Boox Go Color 7 second gen. But do we think the writing is better on the Go Color 7 second gen over the Go 7? Because the writing on the Go 7 is straight garbage. Oh snap! Sheen says that we have some master level users in the Discord. I learned so much. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay says, no, the color black and white are the same quality in note taking, in my opinion. Exactly same digitizer, no doubt. I mean, that's what I would have imagined. That's exactly what I would have imagined there, but so it's just color is the difference. I thought it was super interesting talking about these, and I mean Aaron Aaron brought up some good topics about the just note taking in general on this particular topic, but I would wonder if Aaron is still here. Would you use the Go Color 7? Considering you write so much, would any one of those devices be anything that you would even use? I'd be super interested to know that. I mean, the retail angle was brought up during the conversation, and me being in retail as well, I absolutely know how much writing you can do in a day in retail. This would have been supremely handy for me when I was in my retail days, for sure. Which is why I can see its full potential, like now dealing with it, knowing all the things that I've gone through that eInk would have been supremely helpful for. Not just retail, but academia. And apparently, when you work on planes like Aaron does, you write a lot too. So, because he probably writes more than I do. Aaron says I would use either on for quick notes. Both for quick. Okay, no doubt for quick notes. Yeah, I'm just of the opinion that like I've said this many times, and I'll go on record as saying this again. Maybe I'll save it for the. I'll save this for another conversation we're having on eInk. Yeah, I'll save that. I definitely think that there's concessions you have to make with the Go 7 and the Go Color 7, because from what I understand, even from Jay saying that they're basically the same digitizer, so basically the same experience for writing. It's a reader, right? That for a very minimal additional cost, you get the ability to write on it with something more accurate than your finger. Now that's debatable. I still think the digitizer and the active stylus interplay for the Go Color or the Go 7 is not better than if it is better than your finger, barely better than your finger, because that's the vibes I get when I'm writing with it. It feels like back in the days when there were no stylus to write on iPads with and you had to do it with your finger. It feels like those days writing on the Go 7 to me. So you compare my comments to Beautiful Sunset. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, what? Oh, I missed some chat. Hold on. Oh, why is it on the top chat? That is so silly that it puts it on top chat all the time. I'll change it to live chat and it'll go to top chat. It'll switch to top chat for some reason. Why are you skipping over my over my lovely but useless comments? Mike, I didn't see him. I just went to the live chat here to see all the comments. I had missed a lot of comments, apparently. So my bad, chat. If I didn't get to your comment, top comment was on. And who justifies what a top comment is? What kind of algorithm goes into that? CJ says, now that they make a Palma 3 with note-taking capabilities, can't wait for it. Oh, that's a very good... Now, that is a very good point, CJ. Now, the problem... All right, so what CJ said basically here is that now they can make a Palma 3 with note-taking capabilities because it won't cost that much more. It won't increase the price that much. If at all, really. They could probably add this functionality with no cost increase. And that's in all honesty here. I will go so far as to say, man, I would. You know what I'm going to say right now? I'm gonna say this right now, and I want to go on record as saying it. I'm gonna go so far as to say, I would almost guarantee that there was no extra hardware they had to put inside the devices to work with active stylus. I guarantee there was no extra hardware they had to do to like add to this, and that would make sense as to why the Go 7 was at $219 for launch. They didn't have to pay for anything extra. They could take the Wacom out. Well, dang, there was no Wacom in it to begin with, so never mind. That throws that theory out of the window. But the point of the matter is, they didn't have to put any extra hardware inside the Go 7 and the Go Color 7 second gen. They need a better naming convention. They didn't have to do anything extra with that. They basically just added software to be able to work with a pen and add pen software into the mix. I don't think any extra hardware went into the actual device to add this functionality to it. So I think you're right. I think they're definitely going to add writing capability to the Palma. That would make so much sense. The problem though with that is how garbage the active technology is right now. Like I said, it barely feels better than my finger. And on a small device like that, what's the point? You want some precision. The smaller you get, the more precision you're going to need, right? This is not precise at all. There's nothing precise about the active technology that they're using inside the Boox platform devices right now. And again, I think they only use this active technology for the devices that aren't for writing. I think for the devices that are for writing, the Note devices, I think that they're going to maintain Wacom. I really believe that. I mean, we're going to see here soon because they're going to release a non-tab device. Well, let's say not non-tab because all of their non-Note devices are essentially, they don't see those as note takers. So they're going to come out with a new Note device here pretty soon. And for the record, I think they are coming out. This was brought up in the Discord too. I think they are coming out with a Boox, a Note Max C. It just makes sense, right? I want that one. I'm gonna get the Tab XC so I can blast it and talk trash about it. Review for the Go 7 coming soon. I'm trashing and blasting it. Not really. I could see its thing. And I can't really blast the Note XC either because it's not a note taker, or the Tab XC either because it's not really a note taker. I can blast it for being trash in the note taking department for writing experience, but I won't be able to blast it for anything else. So that'll be that. What else we got here? What else are we talking about in the Discord? The Boox Tab XC and the future of color and the color of ink, the future of the color of eInk, or the future of color eInk rather. That's the overall discussion. But the bigger discussion was about Khaled's video, which I thought was very good, by the way. His video on the Tab XC. I'm not sure if it's the iPad Pro of eInk or not. It looks good though. What do you guys think? Nope. Jay says that nope, there won't be a Note Max C. Come on, Jay. You know they're gonna make a Note Max C. Anytime they can splinter the market, they will. Come on. It takes space to write on the Go devices, yes. Because the writing is so imprecise. Let's go all the way up to the chat because I missed a lot. If the Go 7 series had EMR, that would both fill that small niche for me, and I might say it would be my favorite device since I started using eInk more than a Note. Dude, those were my hopes for the Go 7. Jay, those were my hopes for the Go 7 when I heard it announced. Mr. Mike says, that would be excellent. I would use that. Rod, I can have been saying we need a Palma 3 with EMR. Yeah, Jay says, Rod and I have been saying they need a Palma 3 with EMR. We won't get the Palma 3 with EMR, but we'll get the Palma 3 with active. I guarantee it, Jay. I guarantee it. Jay says if the Go 7 series had EMR, that would, I think we've been through that one. Maybe it needs more precise capacitive touch to work with a pen. It does need a more precise capacitive touch. That's my point, though. That's one of the reasons I don't think that they added anything to use with a pen. I think they're using the same capacitive touch that all Boox devices ship with, because you can use your finger with all Boox devices, regardless if they take pen input or not. I think they're just shipping that same capacitive touch input. They're just making it work with a pen, and it doesn't work. It's not any more precise than what your finger would do, because the capacitive touch, the digitizer isn't any more precise, right? It's the same thing that was meant to work with your finger. It's just working with a pen now. That's a cheap way of doing it, but I don't blame them. They're just giving you the ability to use a pen with something you can use your finger on. So. I think EMR is still the way to go for actual writing and drawing, though. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Do you think they will make a color Palma? Yes. Eventually. Yep. I definitely think they're going to do that eventually. It did, CJ. Finger typing on the Go 7 is way better than other eInk devices I've used. I agree with that too, Jay. Typing on the Go 7 is better on there than any other device I've used. I think that might be due to the. Well, you know what? That might lend some credence to the fact that the digitizer has changed, or the capacitive layer has changed. Because you're right, it is better. I'll agree to that. But then again, though, it could be better because it's faster. That's a fast little device. The Go 7 is a speedy little device. I got to give it to it. Aaron says, are you blasting it because the writing is really that bad, or because it's not EMR? I'm blasting because the writing is really that bad. I'm blasting the Go 7 for the writing, and I'm definitely, from what I understand, I feel like I'm gonna blast the Tab XC for its writing as well. But the thing is, I can't blast it too much because they're not made for writing. They're not the writing eInk devices that of the Boox lineup, right? They can always say that this is not the writing device. We're just we're throwing you a bone here. Which, how can you argue with being thrown a bone? That's like looking a gift horse in the mouth. You don't do it. You just don't do it. Man, the XC is the Note Max C. It's not, though. Aaron, it's not. I hope not. Dude, if the Tab XC is the Note Max C, I'm done. Because that would mean that they don't care about the Note having a writing surface, and they're relying solely on haptics for tactile feedback. And I don't think that's what it should be. I think XC is merely acceptable because of the capacitive touch, not really iPad level. The thing is, to call it iPad level would imply a lot of things. That is as functional, it's not. That is as responsive, is not. That is as powerful, is not. That is as vibrant, it's not. It's not any of the things that the iPad is, but is it the iPad of the eInk market? You know? I think you're right if you're saying that. The Go 7 is fast, but it's slower than the Palma 2, which has good finger typing, but no USI support. I broke my Manta, and Ratta is sending me a new one. All hell Ratta. Oh, snap. All hell Ratta, no doubt. Aaron says, we don't know if an EMR panel is available in that 13-inch size. See, that's the thing. And that brings me to the next conversation I wanted to have, too. Do we know that, from the discussion in the Discord, it seems like people were saying that Kit said or Kit's video of the what device that Kit was talking about. Let me see here. Oh snap! Oh, the Big Me B7 video. So in Kit's Big Me B7 video, it sounds like people were saying he said that eInk said that they don't control, that the manufacturers don't control the writing layer that gets put on the eInk displays. Is that true? I mean, that's what I got from the Discord conversation. I didn't see that particular video from Kit, so I can't speak to that firsthand. From what it looks like, he was saying that eInk sells the displays with the writing tech, and the manufacturers just kind of buy the display, and whatever writing tech comes with that display comes with it. I would think that they would make multiple types, right? You would get this one size with like EMR and another size with active. Did I misunderstand that? Jay says we think Kid is right about that, but it's up in the air. CJ says Kit made a video about that capacitive touch grid on the pin 3 days ago. Mashup Mike, or does Big Me have one? We don't know if the EMR's... See, that's the thing. The EMR, it all depends on who's doing it. If Kit's right and it's coming on and the eInk Corporation is picking the writing technology for whatever screen they're making, I would also think that on the manufacturer end, they would have some leeway to say, well, we would like that screen with this tech in it. You know what I mean? To be like, you got to change your whole model, your whole business model, because it just doesn't, your screen doesn't come with the technology that you're built for. I don't know if that sits right with me. It was the Tab XC video 3 days ago. Okay. This newer panels are all coming out non-EMR, so it might be something that they are shifting to non-EMR. Man, I hope that's not the case. Dude, I hope that's not the case. Unless active technology gets supremely better in the next year or so, this is a mistake. Jay says that's true. Re-eInk, you get what you get unless you have the startup capital to connect directly with eInk to build a set of custom panels like Remarkable or Amazon. I see. Parmesan says if the manufacturers are making a 13-inch black and white with EMR like the Note Max, why wouldn't they come out with a color version? That's interesting. I think they are, though, Parmesan. I think they're going to do that. Color versions are just inevitable to me. It's just an inevitable part of making e-ink. I don't think the manufacturers, Jay says, I don't think the manufacturers have that level of market to pull individual. That's the problem. Well, see, Remarkable clearly did because they got custom panels and custom active tech too. Because when I look at my Remarkable pen, the Remarkable pen is built differently than every other active stylus I've come across, including the one that you sent me, Jay, which is really close to two of the ones that I bought already. But they all have that cone-shaped head and that metal post. The Remarkable doesn't have that. The Remarkables is more of just a tip, no post. Actually. All right, so hold on. Listen, I recently went to a 7-inch short. Let me know if it looks weird. Okay, I'm going through my pens here. Oh, can we? There we go. And I don't know where one is at. Oh boy. Actually, I can't find two. Oh no, I know where it's at. Okay, so just to show you guys what, like, so USI, not USI. I'm just gonna say active because USI. None of these companies we're talking about right now is a member in the USI consortium. So for all we know, this is just plain generic active technology at work. This is not, none of this could even be USI. We're using USI, and to be honest with you, only one of the pens I have is a USI pen. The rest of them are just active stylus. Okay, so take that for what it's worth. So what we got here? So here's an active stylus that I bought here. So, and this is, oh boy. Hold on, can we? All right, can we get down here? All right, and this is what the tip looks like for the active stylus. So, and that's mine. Here's Jay's right here. This is what Jay sent me, and we're trying to model some nibs. I'm just measuring nibs to try to make my own here, and we're gonna make an active nib as well. I just figured out a design for it, Jay. So we're gonna get, and this is the one that Jay sent me. So it's the same exact nib, my pen and the one that Jay sent. So which is the same as a third stylus that I have here as well. So it looks like these USI/active stylus tips are all the same right here, but this is the remarkable Paper Pro pen right here. Oh, why are you Sony focused? Why are you focused on those pens? Okay, Sony's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Whew. I gotta fix my focus settings. Anyway, so this is the pen here. What in the, why? Oh boy. There we go. Okay, so this is the remarkable tip here. So as we can see, the remarkable tip is just basically a tip, not really a post. And this post right here is hollow, and it slips right over this little post that's actually in the remarkable tip. So the remarkable acts a little bit differently than other ones. It's a little bit different. Why I went through that, I don't know. I think we were talking about the active versus USI. Like I said, for all we know, none of these companies are in the USI consortium. So none of this could be USI. All of this could just be active. Even though we're buying USI compatible stylus to go with these things, they all could be like just regular capacitive styli, for all we know. The one I got is good though. It's a good one. It works really well. Doesn't work on a Remarkable Paper Pro though. So take that for what it's worth. Let's go to the chat real quick. Mr. Mike says, yeah, if Boox wanted a 300 PPI Kaleido with EMR, I'm sure eInk would make it. It's a matter of cost only. We can see that in the pricing. So you're saying that they just don't want to pay for that. That's what I'm saying. Mike, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying I guarantee eInk would make the display however you want them to make it if you're willing to pay for that. Onyx is like, well, how much is the EMR tech? Oh, that much cheaper? Cool, we'll do that. CJ says, I'd pay $50 or even more to have EMR. Same here, CJ. 100%. I'd pay more for EMR. I mean, if USI 3.0 comes out with much better accuracy, that's a game changer in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, USI is inherently better. The only thing is the quality. Saving the settings on the pen, a huge win. The wireless charging, huge win. Even though, well, actually, Wacom trumps it with not having to be charged at all, but saved on the pen, huge win. Haptics, if done right, huge win. So USI has the potential to be better than Wacom. It's just not right now, in my opinion. Thank you, Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike says he likes the tips on the active stylus. They look cool. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. The cone shape does look pretty cool. He says, show us your tips again. Alex, how's it going? Recommendation for a 10-year-old with virtual school. I have a Boox Miro 25, Go 10.3, dang, Nova Air C, and Palma for myself. I thought maybe a Mobi Scribe screen, but that's just a Supernote Manta. Oh, thought maybe a Mobius screen. Oh, hey gang, what do we suggest for Alex? I think eInk already said it. A Mobi Scribe. There we go. That's the perfect thing, Alex. That's the perfect thing for a youngster if you want to get the youngster an eInk tablet. It's not that expensive. It's a Mobius display, so it's durable as crap. And it's a decent writing experience from what I understand from everyone. And I absolutely happen to think it's a really good device. For the price, you cannot beat it. Oh, wait, Nigel was taken out? You guys give me the updates. I'm still doing it live. You guys give me the updates. Why was Nigel taken out? Oh, I'm missing it. Oh. All right, yeah, you guys gotta keep me up to date. Why was Nigel taken out? Was there injury? What happened? Did what's her name? My girl from Texas. The pitcher. Hold on, let me see. All right, let me get a quick update, chat. Holy cow! Bottom of the second, Texas up 5-0. They took Niger out. Wow. Woo. Okay, you guys. I told you. Hold on. Who was pitching? Oh, I wish I knew who was pitching. If that Texas pitcher was pitching, I told you she's good. I said it. Niger is the better athlete, but that pitcher from Texas, she's just a better pitcher. Just pure pitching. That girl's a beast. Okay, all right. I wish I knew her name. Turner or starts with a T. I know that. Can't remember her name, but I know it starts with a T. All right. 5-0. Oh, jeez. Texas is on fire, but you can't count on Texas Tech. Texas Tech got serious hitters. Mike says I managed to break my Mobius screen. Mike, you're amazing. How did you do that? Oh, no, they're not resting it. This is it, Jay. This is the last game. So if they took Niger out, it's because she was doing so bad that they felt like, well, we got to take her out, give somebody else a chance to win or something. Because when you're down 5-0, something went horribly wrong. And it's the second inning. Oh, whoa. Whoa, did Amy jump in the chat? Oh, yep. Oh, man, that's crazy. I didn't even see that. I'm missing all kinds of chats. Okay. I agree at Jay, and a $900 price point people would flip. Absolutely. Well, I'm surprised you broke it there, Mr. Mike. I'm really curious of how you broke your Mobius display. Like, I've done ridiculous things to that screen and haven't broken it yet. And if I can't break it, come on, chill out. I can break anything. All right, let's keep going. All right, I think we only got one more thing here. Oh yeah, YouTube. No, that wasn't a thing. Other topics? Oh, Jay brought up in the Discord. Jay brought up Micro Center CPU theft story. Oh. Okay, I couldn't bring that up. For some reason, pulling links up in Discord over the chat, over the live stream is horrible. Like, horrid, you guys. Horrid. All right, listen, I'm getting super distracted because of this game. we might have to postpone the rest of the Discord chat for another live stream. Although there was one topic I wanted to mention before we get out of here from the Discord chat. Oh, where was it? My bad, chat. That ball game news shook me. Oh, this is the last thing I want to bring up. eInk had a problem with from the Discord. This is a really big one. eInk had a problem, and this is a testament to like a community coming together, which I thought was really cool. So eInk brought up a problem she had with missing annotation tools in NeoReader. Has that been resolved? Because I don't think I got a resolution from the Discord. And the last thing I heard is that someone was testing out bringing up the tools with a third party pen, to seeing if someone else's pen worked. And Jay was the one testing that out. So Jay tried it with his pen and it worked. So that clearly led to me thinking that it wasn't a third party pen problem. Did you guys ever figure out what that problem was? Was it resolved at all? I know you were reaching out to Boox as well, or Onyx. I keep calling them Boox, but Onyx. Oh yeah, with the Supernote being modular, you may not have to replace the whole device there, Mike. Like eInk said. That's the cool thing about modularity, and that's one of the questions I wanted to ask tonight, but I'll ask it in another live about how much modularity means to people. Yeah, I saw that Dave had the problem as well. I couldn't discern whether he actually had the problem or he experienced it before, but he's actually having that problem currently as well. That's interesting. So Dave from Tablet Tech is also having that issue. So if anybody's having that kind of issue with their this is the Go 7, right? If anybody's having that issue with their Go 7, I'm not having that problem with my Go 7. But if anyone else is having that problem with the Go 7, put it in the comments so we can get a idea for how many people might be dealing with this. If it's a little more widespread than a few people in the Discord. Oh, so looks like Mike says they wanted to analyze it to see what caused it to break. So basically saying I didn't break it, it broke itself. Good call, Mike. That's what you do. You blame the device. You don't blame yourself. It broke itself. I didn't tell it to jump out of that window. It just did it. This is so funny. Okay, all right. I think that's gonna be it, chat. I think that's gonna be it. We got a baseball game brewing that's clear to be an upset. It's probably over already. He said it's Boox. It's probably a setting buried in the toolbar. And that is probably not far from the truth there, Aaron. Dave, what's going on? Just joined and heard my name, always because of trouble. Yes, I'm having the same issue as eInk. Oh, okay, so that's cool to know. Well, that's 2 confirmed problems that people are having with the toolbar showing up in the Neo reader on the Go 7. So again, if anyone else is having that, throw it in the comments. Let's see if we can get some numbers and see how many people this might be affecting. That may lend some credence to us talking some bigger crap about it, and then hoping to get something done about that too. Or at the very least, finding out what's causing it. I mean, we should at least know that, right? Oh boy. Yep, we should at least know that. All right, everyone. That's going to be the show for the week. I really appreciate everybody for joining. I really do. We get more and more people each week we do it. I think we maxed out at like 21 tonight. That's not bad. I mean, we're maintaining about 15. We're doing pretty good. We're growing, you guys. I'm trying to be more consistent with this. This is only the second Friday. We're staying with the Fridays for a while. Just so you guys know, I am going to be tossing out an idea for a podcast that I'm hoping a couple of people join me for. What I want to do is do a podcast over the Discord. And what I want to do is have people that are in the Discord have the ability to join that podcast, right? So it'll be like a 30-minute podcast, a 30-minute show, and it's just going to be about eInk, Rants about eInk podcast, and we're just going to talk about eInk for 30 minutes, and like I said, have an audience there who can kind of like call in. Since you're in Discord already, you will be able to raise your hand and say, I have something to say about this particular topic, and at certain points during the podcast, we'll be able to chime people in to leave their comment, kind of like how callers would call into a radio station, right? Like you get a radio station, you're doing your radio show, callers call in, hi caller, how's it going? What question did you have? That kind of thing, but through Discord. All right, so we're going to get that together. Hopefully we can get that started next week if we get all the parts in place, but I'm going to look out for that. Go ahead and like, you guys, if you're still here at the end of the show, go ahead and throw the show a like. Go ahead and like the show. That helps out the channel tremendously. Again, thank you all for being here not Monday, but Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We do this every week, talking about eInk, talking about tech news, and a random bit of banter at the beginning because I like to talk. Thank you guys for joining me. Again, I really appreciate you, and until next time, everybody. Oh, hold on, before we go. What are we saying in the chat? I can't find it now, but on the Facebook post on Boox about XC, someone was like, the price is out of control. Even at $759, it's the cheapest 13-inch they've built. True. Yeah. I was totally on to how I broke it. Okay. All right. That was it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. I hope to see you guys here next week at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, take care. I promise I got videos coming this week. I say it a lot, but I do. All right. Peace.